Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for coming out. Yeah, we're here in Genesee County, and I'm so proud to have County Executive Bruce Blakeman here, and he'll be speaking a little bit later. I'm a former county executive myself in Chautauqua County, but Nassau County is a little bit bigger, about 10 times the size of Chautauqua County. 1.5 million people in Nassau County, and recently voted the safest county in America. And that takes a lot. That doesn't happen by accident. And I can tell you it's because, as a county executive myself, former county executive, I can tell you it takes determination to say that we're going to pick public safety over politics. And that's not what's happening here in New York State. And unfortunately, we're here with the Thruway in the background to talk about the tragic accident that happened back on August 22nd of last year. We're a tour bus, folks coming from Niagara Falls, Chinese tourists. Tragically, the bus rolled over and 5 people lost their lives. There was an investigation. I want to thank, first of all, the first responders here in this area. Western New York is known for having wonderful people that care about each other. People stopped, bystanders, people driving their cars pulled over to try to help. And then we had great first response here from Genesee County and other areas. So we stepped up here in Western New York on that tragic day. But then fast forward to just a little while ago, and it was not widely reported, but the driver of that bus, who they had to locate, by the way, had to have an interpreter for Mandarin Chinese to understand the charges against him. Let me say that again. This man, who has a New York State CDL license, had to have a Chinese interpreter in order to understand the charges against him. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the problem. This is where Governor Kathy Hochul and everyone else around her and her administration have chosen politics over public safety. Someone who cannot speak and understand and comprehend English should not have a CDL license, here or anywhere else. And that's the issue we're here to talk about today. And this is not the only incident, unfortunately. In fact, the federal government recently said that New York State is the worst when it comes to giving CDL licenses to people who are not qualified. With that, I want to invite up Nassau County Executive, my friend, Bruce Blakeman.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Senator. Thank you for your advocacy. It's good to be back here in Batavia, in Genesee County, and see you all old friends here, and what a beautiful community this is. I want to thank the chief and all the firefighters and first responders. Chief, I'm going to tell you something. You guys saved lives that day. If you hadn't been there and conducted yourselves with all the training that you do and the equipment that you have, we would have lost a lot more people. So God bless you and thank you. Let me talk about this tragedy. I rarely disagree with my friend George Borrello, but there is a guilty party here. The guilty party is Kathy Hochul. Her policies have made us less safe, less secure. When you think about the fact that this individual couldn't speak barely a word of English, yet was entrusted to drive 50 people in what they thought would be a safe and secure trip, it's a failure of her policies, it's a failure of her leadership, and it is demonstrated time and time again with her pro-criminal policies that give more rights to criminals than they do to victims. The DMV never should have issued a CDL license to that individual. This tragedy that happened here, the other tragedies that Senator Borrello illustrated and itemized, this is all a lack of leadership. It is a lack of common sense. It's a lack of caring for the safety of the people that you're charged to protect, Kathy Hochul. And that changes on day one when I become governor. Thank you.